Hey everybody. I just want to thank you for purchasing this Climb Career Journal. It means so much to me. I definitely appreciate you. And let's get into how to use it. Now that you're here, welcome to the Jennifer universe. I don't know whether you came in from Bloomology or the Bloom Media or just from my personal brand. If you know me on LinkedIn, send me a DM once you start using it so I can know where you came from and where I know you from and how you like using the journal, okay? So, welcome to the Climb Career Journal. This is your new space for breaking through glass ceilings, for climbing to the top of the career ladder. Um, we're not accepting less. And this is the journal that you're going to use to do that. Now, if you're new to Notion, which I know some of y'all might be, don't get overwhelmed. If you're new to Notion, I want you to come to this duplicate icon up here at this top menu bar, and you are going to duplicate this into your Notion space. If you don't have a Notion account, you need to create one, and it should prompt you to create one. Either way, you have a Notion account, you don't have a Notion account, this is the first step that you need to take, which is duplicating this journal within Notion into your own Notion space, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I already have Notion, so you see how it says it's duplicating into my Notion space. So if you don't have Notion, you need to create a Notion account. And like I said, it should be prompting you to create a Notion account. If not, just go ahead and create one. I should be playing some kind of cute music, right? While we are waiting, but hopefully this hurries up and we don't have to do that. I want to listen to this new Usher song. So y'all gonna check it out with me. She from that ATLA, reps on 6 spokes from Cascade. Learned how to skate when she was the first grade. Went to Clark, ain't graduate. Moved up out of book, had to escape the city. Breakfast at Bonnie, she's so ratchet, yeah, she's so sedated. She be outside, stay out the way. Oh, I'm about to get into it, y'all. That new A-Town song, Usher, okay, he is not playing. So now that you have duplicated it, it's in your space. It's gonna look like this. This is my personal Notion space, so you guys can see that. Then I want y'all to personalize it. Let's go ahead and put our names in. Boom. Oh. So it's personalized. Now you can see that your name is up here in the URL. It's also up here at the top in the menu, and then it's right here. Let's go through, and I just want to share with y'all my favorite parts of the journal. Why don't we start here? Let's get started, which is where you should probably start. Go to this onboarding page. You're going to see a checklist of things of how to use this journal. You're going to watch the video. You're going to expand this section. Here's how to use it. Account setup, workspace, personalization, journal entries. So you can just go through all these things and it's going to give you a better idea of how to use the journal. Or you can go ahead. The video is not here yet, but by the time you are watching this, the video will be here. You can go ahead and watch this video on how to better use this space. So we're not going to go through that. One thing, you can always click here to come home back to this dashboard page. Up here, you can click this top menu bar next to the hamburger nav menu. Okay, now that we did this get started, let's get into what this journal has to offer. So over here, you're going to have affirmations that will cycle through all the time. Some of these affirmations were made by me. Some of them are my favorite affirmations and quotes. So that's always there for you to give you a little bit of inspo whenever you open up this journal. You can go to my Bloomology website for career development and leadership development. Check out my career and leadership development blog. Or if you want to work together, or if you are a company looking to work with my company, go ahead and click this. The playlist, okay? This is my Set Your Vibe, your corporate baddie vibe playlist. That name is already taken, so it's not called that. But this is your vibes. This is my Spotify playlist. Hopefully it loads. I don't know. For the purposes of this video, it's not loading, but this is where you can, here we go, you can listen to my Spotify playlist, which I always add to. It's going to give you the vibes for you to thrive at work and at home. So that's that. The trackers that are available in this journal are here. This is our habit tracker. I'm going to expand the page, but this is where you can track habits. Every week, you can create a new one of these. The habits it tracks is if you meditated, drank enough water, hydrate, worked out, read a book, you had a joy break throughout your day, which I highly recommend. You did a brain dump, highly recommend. Celebrated yourself, highly recommend. How did you feel that day? Were you tracking your feelings? Did you do a gratitude practice? Made time for hobbies? Learn something new? Did a morning page, exercise, self-advocated, self-care moment, took a break, and then you can track your progress of what stuff you did. So that's our habit tracker. These are the pages that are within the journal, and I'm not going to go through each one of these. I'm just going to highlight my personal favorites. Career growth, of course. This is where you can track your career growth using this tracker here. And we also have a networking space for you to track networking. You are going to be able to track, you're going to be able to look at networking strategies. What type of events did you go to and who did you meet? And that's all can be tracked here. Like, what's the event? What date did you go? What's the notes from that event? Any takeaways? And then here is your community tracker, like meeting people, whether you met them on LinkedIn, whatever. Here is a space for you to track that. That is one of my favorite features of this journal. So you can keep track of who you're adding to your community and why, who you're linking with, who you're meeting up with, and who you need to circle back with. That Girl's Guide to Personal Growth. This is one of my other favorites. On this page, we have financial resources, we have actionable steps for self-advocacy, tools for self-advocacy. There's also a finance playlist here where you can get top tips for getting to the bag, keeping the bag, building the bag. This is also a Spotify playlist that I've created where it's different podcasts for your financial growth and wellness. And then if you would like to create a personal growth tracker, here is a template for you. I need to refresh my cookies, y'all, but hopefully yours isn't slow. If it is, give me some feedback. This is, if you expand these things, this is where you can get tips on personal growth, investment strategies, building good habits, advocating for yourself, putting boundaries in place, and being more visible to get more recognized at work. This is where we have these kinds of resources for you all, for you. And then I'm going to take you to the one-on-one tracker. Also a very important piece here. The one-on-one tracker is really key, crucial. This is to help you with your one-on-one meetings with your manager. Super important to know and remember that your one-on-one is really for you. It's not for your manager. So I have a bunch of prompts in here, tips of how you can track your one-on-one meetings with your manager and things that you need to be asking your manager and keeping track of in your one-on-one meetings. So this is a sample agenda, and this is where you can actually track your one-on-one meetings with your manager. Okay. And last but definitely not least, okay, this is your celebrate yourself template. I think this is my favorite part of this journal. And this is the part of this journal. This is what inspired me to even create this journal. Creating your own brag list is so important, not just at work or not just for your career, but in life, period. To have a space where you're documenting your wins, celebrating yourself, bragging on yourself, documenting your achievements so that you can then celebrate your achievements is super important. And this is a space where you're going to be able to do that, right? This is what I call a corporate baddie brag book. So this is where you are going to do that. So I have, if you click this, you would get to where you can have tips for creating this brag list, and just some tips of how to, fill this brag list out, but also tips on how to celebrate yourself, right? So that's that. And then here, this is where you fill out this template. I'm using a trackpad and it's failing me right now. It's really trying to fail me, guys. Okay. If you can use your mouse, that would be great. But anyway, so this is what the template actually looks like. And, you can document your wins, small wins, mini wins, any awards, any data to support this win. How did the win make you feel? Any links to the work if it's available online. Any screenshots or receipts that you would like to add to this win. Any skills you mastered in this win, software you mastered in the win, and then who did you tell about this win, which I find is clutch, very important. I'm going to just delete these out of here. You guys can see how you delete stuff while I'm doing this. And then at the bottom of each one of these pages, there's a note-taking space where you can feel free to come in here and take notes. And back on the dashboard, if you need support using this template, using this journal, on the dashboard, there are my links. When you click these buttons, you will be able to email me, hit me up on LinkedIn, or hit me up on Instagram. If you need any support or have any questions, feedback from me from using this journal, I would love, love, love feedback, any kind of feedback, good or bad, on how this is helping you and how you guys are using this in your day-to-day life or in your 9 to 5. Hit me up, let me know how it's going and how you are loving or not loving the Climb Career Journal. Stay tuned because we also will be dropping a podcast for the Climb Career Journal where we're going to be just highlighting people using the journal and highlighting people on their climb in their career to the top. Climb to the top. That's what it's about. Thanks again. Hit me up. Follow me. Let me know what you think.